Hello, welcome to the stream, people. That was fun. I enjoyed that little bit. Hi, welcome. I'm here after my birthday weekend at home. I was outside, and you can tell because it was really sunny, and I've sort of burned my arms and my face. It's all a bit tender. Should have worn sun cream. That's the important thing, kids. Remember to wear the sun cream. It's very important for not getting the ow. But it's fine. You know, I reckon I'll get away with this. I think it'll just sort of, it looks redder in the stream lights. I think it'll just sort of go sort of brown within a few days, and I'll look ridiculously tanned considering I haven't left the country. I was just at home, like sitting out in the sunshine. But there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for the sub, Armator. Really kind of you. We say sun cream. In the US, you guys say suntan lotion? Maybe? Sunscreen? Do you say sunscreen? Sunscreen! Which is like a screen. I feel. A screen, like, to protect you from the sun. And it's not. It's like, it's cream. You rub it on your face. You don't put a screen up. A sunscreen, that's an umbrella. That's a parasol. That's what you hold in front of yourself. Or the roof. That's a sunscreen. But this is just cream. Anyway, there you go. Right. Anyway, sometimes it's spray. This is also true. Right. So, I'm thoroughly unprepared for this stream. I haven't got my laptop set up. Should have got my laptop set up. I took it home in order to work. And, you know, because I needed to send some emails and stuff from home. And I haven't got it here. So, well, I have got it here. It's just in the other room. Let me just grab that. I'll be right back in one rootin' tootin' cotton picking minute. Hang on. Hang on. Hold your horses. Found it! Ow! Tripped on the door. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm in control of my life. You know? Right. Okay. Laptop. Get this set up so I can read your chat. That said, I don't actually need this, do I? Because this stream, we're not really going to be looking at any gameplay stuff. I'll plug it in anyway. But this stream today, what we are doing is I am sticking some panels up on the walls. It's going to be really exciting. I'm going to talk about audio things, and maybe you guys are going to hear a difference with the echo. There'll be a sort of before and after kind of thing. There's not really going to be any content. I'll record some test lines as Lucien that won't actually end up in the game. I'll just be going, hello there, marvellous, in order to test things. Yeah, that's kind of going to be it for an hour. Let me just grab the charger, plug my laptop in, just in case I change my mind. Also, I have this now. This was a birthday present from my brother, and if you don't know, it is a Tom Baker scarf. Would you like a jelly baby? And it's really cool. It's very exciting. So I have one of these. Yeah, I love it. I love it to bits. I love the fact that my family now kind of just fully embrace the geekdom. You know, rather than trying to, in any way, buy me cool. Well, I think this is cool. This is cool to me. But, you know, rather than buying me sensible grown-up things, they're just like, he clearly, I didn't ask for this, but they knew I would like this, so I have it, and it makes me very happy. So there you go. I've also been given tickets to Time Fracture, which is the Doctor Who immersive theatre experience. I'm going in a few weeks' time, and it's really cool. So I'm really looking forward to doing that as well, so I can wear my scarf and go and get a photo in front of the TARDIS, which I will put all over Twitter. But yeah, right, okay. So, panels. We have the big box. Ugh. It's immersive theatre, Dean. So it's a thing called Time Fracture. If you look it up, it's like a play, but you participate in it with audience participation. It's like a cross between a play and an escape room. You walk through different rooms, interact with the characters. There's an overarching story, but you can make choices to go in different directions, and it's cool. Why are you so excited about the box? It's what's in the box. Why do I want to sit in the box? Oh. Anyway, right, okay, boxes are good. Well, good. I'm glad that you like boxes. That's really nice for you. So yeah, box, acoustic panels. Today, put acoustic panels on walls. Things we're also gonna. I've got another box. This is one box. This is the box with the big panels. We also have the box with the smaller panels. We're gonna need to use both. And today, for the first time ever, I might be persuaded to twiddle the camera around a little bit, so you can see what I'm doing when we're going on other walls, rather than the one you can immediately see behind me. So you might see my messy office from other directions, depending on how lucky you get and how much room the camera actually has to rotate, given its very narrow kind of area it's in. But we'll see. I've turned on the autofocus just for this very thing. How am I attaching the panels to the walls? Well, good person of the internet, I have an answer for you, for I have thought of this. This is a rented space. I'm not allowed to drill anything into the walls. I can't put any nails in. I can't any screws. It's all no, not allowed. But what I have is these. These are command sticky strip things. What you can stick on the back of stuff. And I've tested them. I've used them before. This is what I stick all my things up on. There you go. All my pictures in the flat. Everything I have that goes on the walls goes up with these little babies. That sounded weird. And they come straight off. You just peel them off, and they don't leave a single mark. Generally, in my experience, knowing my luck, when I've stuck all these up, they'll all rip all the paint off the walls, and it'll be awful. But I'm hoping they won't. So yes, you better. I saw that Shooty Gat was going to be the next Doctor. He's going to be amazing. I was really excited when I saw that. I hadn't crossed my mind of him as a choice when people were all like talking, speculating and everything about it. I knew it would be someone who was sort of outside the box. You know, I knew it was not going to be one of those massive A-list celebrities that they keep saying, you know, every time it comes around, it's like, oh, maybe it'll be Hugh Grant. It's never going to be Hugh Grant. He's not going to be Doctor Who. And then they went for Shooty, and it's like, it's great. It's really brilliant. I'm really excited to see what they do with it, you know? It's fantastic. Exactly, Nuna. Just what? It's the usual speculation from people who clearly haven't watched the show in like 20 years. Or if ever. I say 20 years, and 20 years ago it was the Wilderness years, so they've been listening to the Big Finish audios, but, you know, or rewatching the TV movie on repeat. But, you know, it's just like, why? It would not be that person. They just wouldn't do it. But anyway, yes, Shooty is going to be awesome. So, command strips. What we have. I've never done a DIY stream. My brother's the one who does DIY. It is fantastic Lost. It's brilliant. It's not for, you know, it's, what's the word? It's very adult. And, you know, it's got a lot of adult content. So, be aware. Right from the start. It's very graphic. But it's brilliant. Sex Education. Very, very good show. Thoroughly recommend. But, you know, not for kids. But yeah, and don't skip the Ninth Doctor. Also true, Dovo Game. Do not skip. Start with, if you haven't watched Doctor Who and you'd like to get into Doctor Who, start, in my opinion, best place to start is series 1 of the new series. Don't go back to the old classic stuff. Go to episode 1 with Christopher Eccleston. Watch through from there. I think it's the perfect introduction, and you've got loads of really cool stuff ahead of you if you start there and work your way through. So that's what I recommend. And also, he's regardless of all the world building and the setting it up and the introductory stuff, like, Christopher Eccleston's fantastic in anything he's in. But his Doctor is amazing. It's just a great series. You've got some amazing episodes in there. Like Dalek, which is amazing. But yeah, anyway, there's loads of stuff. Thank you so much for the sub, Clumpy. Thank you. You've got The Empty Child. Very scary. The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. Very scary episodes. Thank you so much for the sub, Armator. And you've got some really cool episodes in there anyway. So it's just a great series. Very solid series. Very few duds in that. You always get a couple of duds every series of Doctor Who. But it's brilliant. Right, anyway. Teeth! Thank you so much for the bits, and thank you so much for the donation last time. I didn't see it while I was streaming last time, and I only saw it afterwards, and it was really kind of you. So thank you so much. That was really lovely of you, your birthday donation thing. And thank you so much for the sub, Clumpy, as well. That started a hype train. If you don't know what a hype train is, it's this thing that Twitch does every few streams. You'll have heard me explain it loads of times before if you tune in regularly. But it's the thing that Twitch does when people donate lots of times in quick succession or subscribe in quick succession. And it levels up through various levels. And as you get to each level, collectively, people, you earn like emojis and badges and you know, some Twitch stuff as like a reward for donating within that window. Please don't feel any pressure to participate. It's just a bit of fun, really. But you know, if you were thinking of donating or subbing, now's quite a good time to do it because you get a little bit more back than you would do otherwise. That's all it is. But Armator has just absolutely smashed the hype train with 20 subs, which is ridiculously generous of them. I really don't know what to say. Armator is a wonderful person and is being incredibly lovely. Thank you so much. You know, that's amazing. So Armator has straight away smashed the hype train to level 5. So on 127% complete. So there you go, mission complete. Thank you so much for the bits, Cthulhin. That's really kind of you. And again, I haven't done anything. I've literally just chatted for 10 minutes, if that, after messing up the start of the stream with a technical issue. I've shown you these strips. That is all I have done. But there you go. Anyway, before we start, I just want to I'm just going to move the box out of the room again for a sec. Just because I want to demonstrate to you. Now, you guys might not be able to hear this. You might be able to hear this. I don't know. But this room has echo in it. It's not good quality for recording. The sound becomes tinny. The sound waves bounce around. You can hear it on all the dialogue I record in this room. It has echoey sound going on. Unless I drape duvets in the corners. I drape duvets over the piano. In the corner of the room, I put cushions. I tried to say pillows and cushions there and said cushions. But, you know, pillows and cushions all over the room, all over the place in order to make it, you know, make the sound good. But we don't like doing that. It's really annoying to have to keep setting all that stuff up every time I want to do some recording. So the effect that I get, I haven't got any cushions in here at the moment. I've just got my rug down on the floor, which lives here anyway, so that's fine. But you might be able to hear if I step a bit back from the mic and I talk. I go, hello there, my name is Lucien Flavius. I'm a scientist, philosopher. You can probably hear some of that echo. Hello, hello, goodness, gosh, marvellous. Certain pitches resonate more than others, but it's not quite really what we want. So I'm hoping by the end of the stream, we'll be able to, you know, whack the panels up on the walls. And, well, we might maybe get 2 done or something, because I'll be incredibly slow, because I always am. And I'm really bad at DIY. Considering I'm a PhD engineering student, I'm very bad at anything that requires assembling, making, putting things on walls. I can't. I'm useless. But, you know, it's going to be great. Hey, Ghosty, yes, I have. I went away with my family over the weekend, sat outside for a picnic in the sunshine, and just in the UK, nothing crazy, and yet I seem to have gone red. So there you go. That's as we established earlier on the stream. Remember to wear your sunscreen, folks. I'm going to grab my cup of tea, because that's been brewing for the last 20 minutes, so it'll be horribly stewed. But I'm going to grab that, and then we can crack on with the stream. Chair spin! We should do more of those. Another chair spin. Right, be right back. I lied. The tea wasn't brewing. The tea, I hadn't actually got as far as pouring it from the kettle into the teapot. So, I'm a fool. But that means at least it isn't massively overstewed. But now I need to go back in 5 minutes and collect a nice cup of Earl Grey. happening. Thank you for the follow, big lump of iron. How do you people come up with these names? It's quite remarkable. I mean, mine is just Joseph Russell UK, like literally my name and my country of origin. So much thought went into it. There you go, Hype Train finished, level 5. You guys get emotes. Look, Armator gets a cool train badge for being the Hype Train conductor. Thank you so much, people. You are wonderful. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much for the subs, Cthulhu. That's really lovely of you. Very kind. Right. Okay, so stuff. DIY stuff. So what we've got is we've got these. Now, for those of you who don't know, these are what's technically called triangles. They're triangles. Now, I'm assuming that they are useful for attaching the panels to the walls. So, we're gonna have a look. There's probably some instructions somewhere. Yeah, they're mounting brackets, as Grunge says. Yeah, so that's one. And on closer inspection, you'll see the triangle is subdivided with 3 smaller triangles. Now, these exist. So, let's look at the instructions and see what we're supposed to do with all of this. Can you tell I really prepared for this stream? It's really well practiced and slick. That's what I always like to say. You know, say what you like about my content, but it's always slick. It's well produced. It's like, it's professional. We go for professionalism here. That's the content 43 of you can rely on. Right. Okay. More triangles! We have a trio of triangles. So that's actually 9 little triangles in 3 big triangles. So not only are we doing geometry, we're also doing multiplication. Can you tell? I tutor maths. I do tutor maths. If you're interested, I will tutor you in maths. But yes, I tutor maths, and there you go. No assistance, Ghosty. We will figure it all out ourselves. I'm across this. I am a man who knows what he is doing. Box. This rectangle in 3D cuboid. Okay. Right. Okay. Inside box. Grey. Grey panel. Not grey pussycat. Grey panel. Not as heavy as I thought it would be. Does it work? Hello. Marvellous. Hello. Not hearing any echo. Testing. Yeah, it seems fine. It's good. It's good stuff. So we're gonna whack these bad boys on the walls, and gonna see what happens. These are from, I don't really know because my dad is a sound engineer, and this is my birthday present from my parents. Are these panels? So he's found. I think they are from a website called Studio Spares. I don't really know what that means. But they are acoustic panels for the purpose of muffling the sound. So, there you go. So, what do they look like on the back? They look like this. No obvious place but the triangles. So, we're going to look at the instructions and see if we can figure out how the triangles interact with the rectangles. Okay. Congratulations on your purchase of the acoustic death ray device. Connect part A to part B. Initiate laser. Oh, that's the wrong instructions. Let's have a look. Right, okay. This is more like it. These are acoustic panels. Pull out the sharp bits of the steel plate carefully. Try to make them parallel. From that to that. So they already are pulled out. That looks like it does in the picture. Find a suitable place. It says, please find a suitable place in the wall. That's polite. I think the world's missing more please and thank yous in instructions. You know, normally it's just connect part A to part B. But it says please. That's nice. Manners costeth nothing. Drill the holes in the wall. Well, we're not going to be doing that because we're not allowed. And insert the expanding screw. Definitely not. Then mount the steel plate and fasten it. Mount the suitable number of steel plates. Okay, it doesn't quite make sense, but okay. And then insert the acoustic panel. Backside towards the sharp parts. That's not a good sentence. And make sure the panel is horizontal. Then press the acoustic panel to the wall. The sharp parts... Because the sharp parts of the steel plate are very sharp, in order to avoid any hurt to person or any damage to the wrapped fabric of the acoustic panel, please don't pull out the sharp parts too much. I like that. I like that that's precise. You know? Don't pull them out too much. Scientific. You have to refer to the thickness of the acoustic panel and adjust a suitable angle. Good-o! What could possibly go wrong? Thing is, we could whack these on the back of those and then whack those on the wall. Or we could whack these straight on the back of those. Like, this is obviously how it's supposed to go up, is with these. But I feel like stabbing the panel with sharp bits unnecessarily is not necessarily the best move. Oh yeah, the glue pads are insanely strong and the panels are quite light. They're made of sponge. A big old sponge sheet. To be honest, this is kind of heavier than that. So... let's have a look. How would I do this if I wish to use the sharp things? Oh, so it is foam. This is sort of like different foam to that. Like if we were to try and do this, I guess you'd... Ooh. Well, you really have to dig it in. You really stab the thing. Don't like the sound of the stab. Like... I don't want to put that in. That's going to go straight through the... I reckon we use the command strips. I reckon we just whack these straight on. Now, we know these come off. Like, we know these come off the wall. They'll peel off the wall. We don't know how well these will peel off the acoustic panel. Once I've stuck one of these onto the panel, I don't know that it will come off. I don't know that it'll come off cleanly, at least. Whereas I do know it'll come off cleanly from the metal thing. I think it probably will. It's a little bit soft, but to be honest, they're going to come off more cleanly than the massive metal spike. Right? You know, they're going to... of the two things that are going to do less... What's going to do more damage? Stab with triple triangle spike or boss plaster? I think the strip will tear off some foam as well if it comes off. What would I like to do? Would I need to remove the strip from the panels? To be honest, no. Because they're only very thin. Like, I could have the strip on, and then if I ever wanted to mount them directly with the metal thing, I could just whack the metal thing on. You know, I don't actually think I'd even need to take these off, and then there's always two options. But yeah, try one strip to just see the effect. I guess I could do. I only have a certain number of strips. But I could give it a try and see what happens. No, Wally, no one's available today. No one's available for help. I'm in my flat. Everyone else is at home. We are committed, and it's fine. It's fine. I don't need help to do this. This is okay. We can figure this out. It's all good. Job's a good one. It'll be fine. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to do one first as a test. Which one should we do? I think it's going to be easier to test it on the smaller panel. So I'm going to grab the box of smaller panels. I'm going to get my tea, because tea is going to help with everything. And I'm going to get my box of smaller panels. I love, by the way, that people get in touch with me asking for advice and stuff about this sort of thing. As though I know what I'm doing. I've got this. I know what I'm doing. It's great. It's great. It's great. Okay, right. Hang on. Be right back. Okay, so tea, and then, oh, by the way, don't make me use my engineer voice, because today we are engineering, and also the small box. Right. Oh. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to test it on the smaller panels. Because if I'm going to wreck one by accident, I want to wreck a little one. Right. These are sticky strips. They are adhesive on one side and they're Velcro on the other side. And when you stick them on walls, they come nicely off again afterwards when you're done. They're single use, so once I've pulled it off, it won't go back on. So we're going to waste one. Which will mean we don't have enough to put up all the panels today, but I can at least put up most of them. In hindsight, I should have bought a couple of spare ones. But I am a fool. Marvellous. Right. Skinny one. Now, I envisage this little skinny boy going nicely in this gap between door and wall. I think it's the perfect size. So that's where I'd like it to go. Southern sweet tea. What is southern sweet tea? Can you describe it? I've never had anything described as southern sweet tea, but I might have had something, I don't know, similar, which I can give my opinion on. Look at that. Oh, it looks lovely. Gorgeous. Okay. Tea, but you drink it cold, often with ice and lemon. You mean iced tea? I've had iced tea. If I did, Wally, I've since forgotten. The tea I'm having is Earl Grey. Now, before I stick this on, where am I planning on putting these? In the corners. Now, I could put them on the back of the material there, but I think I'd rather put it on the foam bit in the middle. Okay, so choices. So I can whack this pad, this sticky pad thing. I can put on the material there, which I feel will be more, I feel that'll come off more easily. Whereas this is slightly softer. This is more foamy on the inside. But it obviously matters less if this gets damaged on the back, because it doesn't need to be smart. Thank you so much for subbing to the Patreon, Cillian. That's really kind of you. What do we reckon? I reckon I'm going to try on the corner of the inside bit. Oh, you guys think the frame seems safer? We have controversy. Love Zelzaz. Zelzaz is amazing. Right. Grunge reckons frame seems safer. Go on then, frame it is. It shouldn't tear. Shouldn't do. We never know what's going to happen, really. See, I love that we're worrying about damaging the foam, and yet the instructions say stab the foam with 3 sharp triangles. Yeah, this is fabric. This is fabric. That's foam. Could go there, could go there. Yeah, let's go with the fabric. Let's stick it. Sorta. I'm gonna go on the inside, just in line, kind of nicely along there, like that. No one's gonna see it, but it appeals to me to make it line up nicely. Thank you so much for the sub, Nathan Sharpentia. I guess that's a YouTube sub because of the weird zombie, so you're probably not even watching the stream. So I don't know. It is a YouTube sub, so I don't know why I bothered to say that, because you're probably not watching, but maybe you are. Thank you for the follow, Big Head. Right. Now this, you have to hold against it. For quite a while. So let it get the adhesive. Stick on, press firmly for 30 seconds to let it sort of attach a little bit. And in theory, you have to wait an hour for the adhesive to connect. We're not going to do that because this is just a test. I'm going to give it 30. And I'm going to give it 30 seconds, just the first bit. I'm not going to give it the full hour of being on the wall. Thank you so much for the Patreon pledge, Walter. That's really lovely of you. I was really worried about the Patreon since we had to, had to scrap the custom name feature. But at the moment, it seems to be holding steady. I'm hoping, I've got lots more content planned to be able to share on it, to try and make up for it. I've got a few more of those sneak previews about future content coming up. But, yeah, if you didn't see the message, Wally, no custom names. So if you like, I can refund you. If you'd like that, just drop me a message and I'll refund you. If you thought that the custom names were still a feature. But it's no longer listed on there on the Patreon as being a tier reward. And there's a big post on the top of the Patreon saying custom names not a thing. I can't really make it much more obvious than that, but I appreciate that people, a lot of people still think, still aware of it, but yeah. Well, exactly. That's how I'd like people to think of it, Wally. You know, that it's a that the custom names were meant to be a thank you for for pledging. They're not meant to be a transaction, but that's not the way that the Nexus people view it anymore. So yeah, I think it's more the fact that you could view it because it's possible. Because ultimately, when it boils down to it, the way it works is only people who have ultimately given me money get to request a custom name. You can always argue that that's a transaction. You know, whether I talk about it as being a thank you for people who are supporting or what. So I can see the fact that you can argue it. You know, the fact that you can think of it like that sets a precedent that other people could then abuse. You know, with their own systems, they can charge for content and things. So, you know, I can see why they have to say no to it. But yeah, sorry about that if that's disappointing anyone. It is a bit of a bummer to not be able to do it anymore, but those are the rules. Right. I've stuck that on now for its 30. I had to stop doing the custom names because of the new, if you check on the Nexus on their latest news, the Nexus terms and conditions they say not changed, but they have changed at least their opinion specifically on Lucien's custom names. So, yeah, Wally, it'll say whatever your Patreon username is. Yeah. Sorry about that. Right. So now that's stuck on for at least the 30 seconds. I'm not going to wait a full hour to see whether it actually sticks. But we're going to see if it comes off now, happily and cleanly, after at least having the 30 seconds to stick. Then I will be comfortable that it'll come off properly later on, or as comfortable as I can be. So, I mean, it comes off really easily, actually. Like, I didn't even need to pull the tab. I think that's pretty good. I think that works. I think that's as good as I'm as comfortable as I can be with that's the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead. It's a little bit loose, but if I give it the full hour to actually stick, because, you know, it still actually is sticky, having just pulled it off like that. It's not perfect, but I'm comfortable reusing at least one of them rather than wasting the pad. And if it doesn't seem stuck later on, I can always replace it. Yeah, as Nuna says, nothing to do with Patreon. Sorry, nothing. It's nothing to do with privacy. It's Bethesda worrying, not Bethesda. It's the Nexus worrying about terms and conditions on monetizing mods. So it's a legal concern. It's not going to just fall off the wall, and if it did just fall off the wall, it wouldn't be a problem because it's really light and it's made of foam. I wouldn't want to drop it gratuitously, but I'm comfortable that this wouldn't break if it hit the ground from the relatively low height that I'm going to hang it. But I'm not going to just use one strip. What we're going to use is 4 strips per panel, 1 in each corner, in order to get it on as securely as it can be. And that is each set of 2 strips is able to take 3.6 kilograms. These are not that. And we're going to use 4 of them. So we're over-engineering. We're building in redundancy. Gosh, it's been 50 minutes already. Wow, this stream's flown by. Right. I'm going to stick another pad on the other side. Now I think the strips will stick worse to the foam. They're designed to stick to smooth surfaces, whereas the foam is all flaky. It's like trying to paint onto dust. I reckon the material is going to be the best. And anyway, that actually does feel pretty stuck. Like, obviously it wouldn't take me properly yanking on it, but the fact that I can pull on it like that is at least, you know, that's about the same force as the weight of that is when I pick it up in my hand. So when I stuck 4 of these bad boys on, I think it should be good. Yeah, it's a general rule, as Grunge says. Generally better to smooth surfaces. Now, it doesn't matter about these as to where exactly I stick them. What we're going to do when we actually stick this up onto the wall is we're going to use a spirit level to get the height right. Not the height, to make sure that it's level, you know, because I can't abide things that don't hang horizontally. And then if it's not quite right, the great thing is the actual connection between these. This is 2 pads stuck together, so between them is Velcro, so I can always take it off and slightly adjust it. Why doesn't Lucien have the option to rest? Because you can just tell him to wait and he relaxes when waiting. You can toggle that on or off, but if you want him to relax, just tell him to wait. I don't really like having a separate option for rest because it doesn't match vanilla followers. And I like to be vanilla plus with my content. I like to try and make him blend in as well as possible with the base game content. And personally, my feeling is that having 2 separate options that functionally do the same thing, but one of them is described as wait and one of them is described as rest, I don't really like. It doesn't feel polished to me, personally. And I know a lot of mods do choose to go down that route, and that's totally cool. That's a completely acceptable design choice, you know. But my design, it's a choice, really. It's not a right or wrong thing, but that's my choice. You mean have him sandbox while following? So I totally could do that, Dover. And yeah, you're always welcome to ask Lucien questions. It's very easy. There's a toggle to make him sandbox while following. It's very easy to do. Trouble is, it introduces a lot of problems. So if a follower sandboxes while following you, and then interacts with a piece of furniture, and starts interacting with that piece of furniture as you go through a load door, you leave the follower behind. They get stuck. Followers that start interacting with the world get stuck a lot more easily than followers that don't. It can cause a lot of problems. So, and it also means they're much slower to follow you. You know, if you settle for a moment, they'll be much slower to come along with you. And, you know, they'll interact with the environment and everything. And if you stop in a ruin, for instance, you know, they'll start sitting down on the old chairs or the thrones and things. It's very difficult to make it look, again, polished, to make it look slick. It's tricky. So for me, I think the better way to go is to not have him sandbox while following you. And then simply have him sandbox when you tell him to wait if you want him to interact with stuff. That's my thinking. Right, I reckon that's nicely stuck. Exactly, Clumpy. He will smith during Codlike's funeral. Now, it's bad enough that Lucien will happily sing Ragnar the Red during Codlike's funeral. Can't really stop him doing that. But if he actually started smithing, it would be a bit awkward. Nobody likes teleporting to the player, though, Cthulin. You don't want to have... He does have an automatic catch-up. But you want to minimise teleporting your followers around. As soon as you see them teleport, it breaks the suspension of disbelief, doesn't it? You're very welcome, Brazen Blonde. You're very welcome. Glad you enjoy the mod. Right. I've got those stuck on the top. I reckon we should have 2 on the bottom as well. Otherwise, it'll swing against the wall. We want it to sit firmly. I can't believe I thought I'd get at least 2 panels done. Yep, names that I've already requested are still coming. Absolutely, Wally. So don't worry if you already requested a name, which I believe you did, didn't you? Last year, yeah. So there's absolutely no one is losing out on content that they have already asked for, you know. All the existing names are done. Oh, I'm not done. There's so much more work for me to do on them, but as in they're locked in. I'm not pulling content I've already agreed to implement, and no one's asking me to do that, you know. And I'm certainly not going to remove the names that are already in the game. Like, it's, you know, it's all fine. All I've done is I've closed new submissions. I can't take new name requests, but all the existing ones are fine. Right. I'm sorry about that. It's... you missed the name window. The names have been open for forever, really, since I started. It's only... I'm afraid they have now just closed. I'm sorry about that. I can't do anything about it. That is the rules. They're not my rules. It's very much out of my hands. If you've just subscribed to the Patreon and you were hoping to get a name, do drop me a message and I can refund you. It's not an instant refund because I have to go through Patreon to do it. And it's a pointlessly convoluted process. But I can refund you, if you're unhappy about the custom name situation. That's totally cool. Just let me know and I will start the process off as soon as I can. Well, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. That's really kind and understanding of you, and I'm very grateful for that. But please don't feel like you have to, The Patreon is always intended to be a discretionary thing, obviously, that people can just do if they want to support me. But it's not, it shouldn't be something that people are thinking of that they have to do for content or, are expecting things in return. Obviously, I do offer Patreon rewards, but if you're just in it for the rewards, it probably isn't the best thing for you to be spending your money on. Shout out from Cthulhu to Joseph. That's me for bringing such delight to do many lives. After struggling with getting Skyrim running on a new SSD, I finally loaded my save, and the first thing I heard was Lucien saying, "Hello, Cthulhu," and I nearly cried happy tears. That's so nice! Oh, to so many lives. That makes more sense. Thank you, Cthulhu. What a lovely comment. Right. Hello and welcome to my stream where I stream for an hour putting 4 sticky pads on one panel. The world's slowest DIY. God, I could get a BBC series with this. Couldn't I? Watch Joseph not do DIY. DIY, don't do it yourself. Hello and welcome to Procrastination Live. What's happening? Nothing. DI don't. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now we need to decide on the height. How high are we going to stick this? I want you guys... I would appreciate your thoughts. I may completely ignore all your thoughts. But I would at least like to hear your thoughts. I'm going to show you some different heights and we'll figure it out together. Okay? Right. Ugh. Now, what would be lovely is if they were all the panels all the way around the room were all the same height. But I can't do that because of the way the room's wonky. I have a window along the top of the room there, which prevents me from going too high. Whereas they also need to be the same height that I'm recording. I sit down for recording sometimes, and sometimes I stand up for recording, and it needs to cover those range of heights. Oh, don't worry, I can, if I stand on a chair, I can reach to the ceiling, so we don't need to worry about being able to access them, that's fine. But, here, let me bump the camera angle up slightly so you can see me rather than just looking at my torso. If I just turn us around a little bit, look at this slightly different view. Look at all my stubble. I really should shave. No, I don't have a standing desk. I have a sitting desk. For I am lazy. Right. I reckon... if I'm standing up and I'm talking, I want it to cover the sound. So I want it to have a nice bit of flexibility there. And if I'm sitting down, still covers it. So I reckon that this is the sort of height we want. Something like that. So that when I'm standing, it's catching the sound. And when I'm sitting down, I don't obviously sit that low, more like that, it's also catching the sound. I could go a bit higher. If I go there, I'm in danger of making you want to line up with the top of the door, as Cthulhu says. Which I don't want to I don't want to, because if I try and line it up with the door, I won't ever get it quite right. It'll be slightly wrong, which will annoy me. You know? Oh, before I do anything further, I'm also going to grab my spirit level. Oh. So this makes me very happy. I have to show you guys this. It's my toolbox. Now, behold. Everything has its slot. Isn't that, you know, as someone who is obsessively organised and likes everything to be tidy, the fact that everything has its own slot just makes me so happy. My dad at home has a box which is just an open box. You just chuck all the tools in and we spend half an hour rummaging to find the thing you want. For me, I have all the screwdrivers in size order. Bunch of different screwdriver heads. Spanners and spirit level. Just going to make sure it's level. In spirit. It's going to be a spirited leveling. So you wanted a woo, Cthulhu, when it's revealed. Everybody say woo. Oh no, that's a ghost. That's not what we want. We don't want that kind of woo. We want a woo. No, how do you do a woo as in a impressed woo? Ooh. Everybody say woo. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much for the sub, Zolkzir. Oh, whoa. Whoa works as well. Whoa. Whoa, baby. Check out that flat level. Ooh. Ah. That's more like it. Ooh and ah. That's the pantomime thing. Right. So we're going to put this back on the wall. We reckon... I don't want to try and make it level with the door, because that's not going to look right. I reckon like an inch or so below. Something like that feels tasteful. Because then we're at the right height for that and for that. Do we like that? I can't quite read your messages. Put emojis. I can read emojis. My lenses aren't good enough. Yeah, those look like positive emojis. Okay, we're going to go for that height. I will peel off the top two. There you go. Right. Why is it called the spirit level? Yeah, because it's haunted. Exactly. The ghosts. No, it's because, I believe, it has a liquid inside it, which is a spirit. I think. That's what my dad told me many years ago. It might be completely wrong. And that liquid has a bubble in it. And the bubble, we want to be in the middle so that it's flat. Right. Slightly to the left. Right, that is flat. Is it looking the right height? I reckon so. I reckon that's about right. So I'm going to whack that like that. And that like that. And we're going to keep that nicely balanced there. And hold that like that. And I'm hoping you guys think it looks good. Everybody think it's good? Happy? So basically, I'm just going to lean here and hold this for a bit. And when that's done, I'm going to peel off the bottom ones and stick them as well. And that's panel 1, complete. Or it will be. So anyway, how you all doing? Hope you're having a good day. While I stand here and lean on this. Lean on me. I don't know the rest of the song. Burn, butcher, burn. Burn all the memories of you. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from Mulvarrickstead, and the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of both battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet to Ragnar the Red when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed." Et voila. Yes, I only peeled the top 2. And I'm going to peel the bottom 2 in a sec. Yeah, everybody I think that looks quite good in the shot like that. I think that looks quite pleasing. Test, test, test. Is it a bit high? Considering the height I'm now sitting. I feel like it is. It looks good, pleasing. It looks pleasingly, aesthetically pleasing. But functionally. That said, if I stand up, you see, you wouldn't want to go any lower than that, would you? Because if I went any lower than that, I'd now be talking to, if I brought it down to that, I'd be getting reflection up there. So in an ideal world, it would run all the way down to the floor. But, considering it's got a finite height, to be honest, if we look at where my head actually is, it's about, what's that, like just under halfway up? So, considering I now want to be able to stand and still have it muffle. Yeah, it's probably good. It's probably good, isn't it, really? Thank you for following. I don't know how to say that, but thank you very much for following, person. Anyway, this little one will not make any difference. Will make very little difference because it's only covering a very small patch of wall. But it looks good anyway. Is there room to stack 2 on top of each other? No, there's not. It's too long, I think. I had a tape measure a little while ago, but I don't think you would fit. What's that? That's going to come down to about there. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't get 2 on top of each other. I missed a shout out. Right, hang on. Sorry, this is why, because I've not got my laptop up. This is the problem. Shout out from Ninja to Bard and Nuna for being willing players for a mini one-shot so they can remember how to dungeon master properly, because gosh, it's been yonks since they ran a game. There you go. Please nudge me in case if I've missed another shout out. Yes, exactly, Kiosh. I've done just 2 to make it an easier job if I want to move it at all before I commit. But that looks nice. I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to do the other 2. We can adjust a little bit because it's Velcro on the back, so I can take it off and shift it up and down by about maybe half an inch. But after that, it's fixed in place. So yeah, I think this is the way to go. I look like Lucien. Do you think I look like Lucien? I don't think I look much like Lucien. Apart from that we're both blonde. I certainly can't have his beard. I just get stubblier. Doesn't turn into a beard. It's very depressing. Right, let's do the bottom 2. without pulling off the wall at the top. Come on. Nope. Oh no. I asked for that. I asked for that. Right, hang on. Give me the spirit level. Got it. Right, let's put that back. At least we know the height's good. Level, which that is. Nope, definitely not like that. No, a little bit more. There you go, that's level now. And the bottom one then, I need the... I just can't get the blooming... There we go. Oh, that's why. Right. Bottom right one has come off altogether. So that's going to be a bit fiddly to put back on. Okay. What I will do. Okay. Probably not Apollo. I don't think I'd want someone else to actually play Lucien without, you know, an awful lot of discussing it. And also I'd have no way of verifying that the dub was in any way sort of what I wanted it to be. So, probably not, sorry. Right. Nuna, could you ban on that one, please? Thank you. Sorry, I haven't got the thing in front of me, but I'd appreciate the... Thanks. Right. That's wasted one of the tabs. Yeah, next time we peel all four at once. We don't try and be clever. That way madness lies. Hey Sakura, how you doing? Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get that up in there on the inside so that you can't see it. And we're gonna go just like... Oh, hang on, we need to peel both sides, don't we? There we go. Bit of a bodge, but it'll do. Okay. And I'm happy that that'll hold now. So, basically, when that comes crashing down later on in the stream, you can all, like, tell me that you told me so. You know, we can all cheer together. But I reckon that's pretty nice. I'm happy with that. And we'll check again with the spirit level, make sure I got it right. Don't know whether you guys can see the bubble, you probably can't, but I'm really happy with that. Oh, Right. No worries, Apollo. You're very welcome to make a translation, you know, a subtitled translation. And if you want to try and convince me, you know, feel free to send me a test recording. But I've got to be honest, I can't really see myself saying yes to a dub. Right. Okay. I can't make the rest of the panels the same height as that, because there isn't room. That's the annoying thing, is they're all going to have to be different heights. But, okay, we can at least start on the next one. So I'm going to take this down, the little thing here, and move out of the way because I'm going to need this space, because this is where the next one can go, and this one can be the same height. We can at least get 2 done today. Let's see if that does make a difference, by the way. Just for testing later. Hello, marvellous. Gosh, I say, goodness me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Has that made any difference at all? No, it probably hasn't. Because let's be honest, it's a tiny bit of the wall that we've now covered with that pad. But every little does help. So, it's got to be something. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Anyway, right. So, I'm going to turn this round now. You can see this patch of wall. What I've got there. Right? Hello. So this one is a big one. And I reckon this is going to be the right size for that. I think it's going to look quite nice. If I can make it fit. Because of course there is the light switch in the way. Right? Oh, yeah, the light switch is in just the wrong position. That's really irritating. Gosh, I say, goodness me, testing, 1, 2, 3. Look, light switch is just where I want to put this panel. Can we go to the right of it? I could go... if I go to the right of it, it's kind of behind my desk. Otherwise I can go above it, but that's then too high. I reckon to the right of it. I reckon we want it sort of there. Which is better than nout. If I put it such that there is room to get another panel, can I do 2 horizontal? No, because underneath the light switch, I've got a plug socket, which I definitely can't cover up. I'm going to turn the camera slightly back towards me, because you don't need to see all of that wall, and it's probably more useful that you can actually see me than a complete uninterrupted view of the wall. So there you go. But what I can do is, if I get one of these... British noises intensify. That's just me. That's everything I ever say. Does Lucien have lines for Beyond Skyrim Bruma? Not yet, but we've started recording them. We've started setting it up. That's a patch that will be coming this year, hopefully in the next few months, but not yet. Right. So I was going to get one of these out, one of the little ones, because I want to leave room, if I wanted to have a little one on the left, which comes up to there, such that the big one then could go on the right. No, I don't like it. That's going to irritate me. Oh. No. Otherwise, of course, you are absolutely right, Stitch. Or who said that about doing it horizontally? Cthulhin. Horizontally, though, is... No. I don't really know what to do with this. No, I'm not cutting the panels up. No. I'm not going to start messing with that. They're expensive. I can fit it behind that. We could go something like that. Which I think... The wide one on top and thin below, would they fit horizontal? No. I could put it horizontally. We could go two horizontally. If I let this one hang down like that. Not covering the light switch though. That's a massive waste of panel. I could get a second one on top of it. But I don't think that would really be much point in doing that. And they look weird. I think this is the best way to go. I reckon. We leave that strip on the left. We allow that strip because we don't need to cover every surface. You know, as Grunge says, yeah, we don't need to cover my whole wall. We just need to cover the big, well, cover as much of the reflecting surfaces as possible. Yeah, from the bit you can see it looks good. The bit, can I try and angle the camera to show you the problem? So, if you look sort of, you see there's the plug socket along the bottom, and then you've got like the corner of my desk sort of here. This is sort of the problem we're working with. Yeah, I'm being a perfectionist about it, aren't I? If I put that at that angle like that, where's my spirit level? Would that be level? No, that's not remotely level. There you go. Up like that is level. So if I think it'll look nicest if it's flush with the light switch and it's flush with the socket underneath. Or will it? Or should it have a little tiny bit of space? Would that look better? Maybe it looks better if I give it a tiny bit of space rather than having it actually sitting against the light switch. Although if it is sitting on top of the socket, that'll help support it. You know, that'll take a little bit of the weight, mean it's less likely to drop off. Now, I think this is the one to go with, Stitcher. I think we can have a good go. Oh, but it would be nice to have it be the same height as the other one. Wouldn't it? At least. To be sort, or at least a similar height, so that would oik it up a bit. Something like that would be consistent. Consistent height I think would be good. But they won't, as I say, I won't be able to have them all the same height. That isn't achievable. But I could at least make this one match the same height as that one. Because we worked out that that was a good height for it to be, because I'm standing here and that's at the top. My mouth is at the top, is level with the thing. So I'll just point it up a bit more so you can see what I'm talking about. The current height, that's a tiny bit low, so I want to oik it up to make it the same height as the other one. Right. How's it coming along? Not very slowly, Ghosty. We've done one panel and I'm looking at doing the second one. Now I did have a tape measure. Where did I put that? Toss a coin to your witcher, O valley of plenty, O valley of plenty, oh. Yeah, there is a tape measure in the toolbox, to be fair. Actually, that's not a bad shout. I was looking for this one. But you're right, there's one in the toolbox, I think. Toss a coin to your witcher, O valley of plenty. See? You guys are good to have around. Point you back like that a little bit. Tool. From box. Measury boy. In fact, why am I measuring to the top? We can just measure to the bottom, right? So that is 70.5 centimetres from the ground. 70.5 centimetres. You are very good moral support. So if I make sure the bottom of this is 70.5 centimetres, for which I shall use, if I can find one, a pencil. I have here my pencil case. Ah! Pencil. God, I'm good. Right. Oh, I was very proud of myself earlier today. I had to put the emergency spare wheel up on my car, which had previously been in the boot for ages. There was nothing wrong with my wheel. Like I got the tyres replaced ages ago, and I got an emergency spare tyre, which I had sitting in the boot for ages, but I needed to fill the boot with these sound panels. So I had to actually attach it on because it hooks on under the car, but the guy didn't do it before when I got the wheel changed. So I was watching YouTube tutorials how to do that, and I did it all by myself, and it made me very happy. So you can all be proud of me for that. Right. 70.5 centimetres. If I had a finger on my right hand for every world-saving hero in my family, I'd have a regular hand. Right. 70.5. Sorry. 70.5, not 75. 70.5. Goes to about there. Now it doesn't need to be precise, just needs to be in the right ballpark. So I'm going to go with that. Very faint horizontal line. Are you ready? Whoop. 70, did I say 75? Let's just double check. 70.5. 70.5. Yeah, 70.5 is what I actually measured, even if I said 75. So, that's good. Let's get the little sticky boys on the back of this. Ooh. Toss a coin to your witcher. Oh, valley of plenty. Oh, friend of humanity. Wow. God, this is an exciting stream. It's peak content, right? I love that I'm advertising at Skyrim. This is in the Skyrim category. Well, feel free to ask me more questions about Lucien or modding or whatever if you want while I'm doing this. That's allowed. Keep it relevant. Oh, Valley of White Run, oh, Valley of White Run, oh. Toss a coin to your hero, oh, Valley of White Run. He does cover it, Dover Game. Only the one line, because it's an Easter egg. But he does. There is a guild, Wally, although I haven't logged on for a very long time. We will play more of it on future streams, because I do like the game. And I do have the character Octavius, and I do want to continue it. The Amazon link thingy for my setup. Yeah, Amazon retired Amazon Blacksmith, which was the thing that was underneath. or they changed it in some way that meant it no longer had the thing. But I can get you the thing. I can get you a list of my parts if you want, my PC parts on the Discord if you want, if you're interested. Ping me to remind me. What did I learn from years of working in Lucien that helped you in quickly implementing Croc? So do you know what I did for Croc? I followed my own tutorial videos from past me. That's how I made Croc. I watched and paid attention to my past self and made Croc using that. And it meant it took me, well, I guess it took me, you know, a day, like a weekend to do the whole thing. It was very quick, really. The scripting knowledge helped for his teleport, his summon spell. That would have taken me weeks to figure out when I was starting out with Lucien, and I did that, you know, knocked that up in an afternoon. So that was fine as well, so that helped. Obviously I have all my voice stuff all pre-set up, all my filtering and everything, you know, all my balancing, kind of normalizing, all of that is all, I've got all the settings set for it. So that was a lot of saved time. Which helps too. You can't find the spell time, or the spell tone. It's on the barrel, and there's a picture of it, I think. Or if you watch the YouTube video, the trailer thing, you can see exactly where it is. It's on the barrel outside the Sleeping Giant. And if you can't find it, you can just spawn yourself one in the console. Just type help Croc. Oh, sorry, I missed the thing, Ghosty. You were saying about Mickey D. Sorry. You told YouTuber Mickey D about the Croc follower mod and he was delighted and wants to try it in a video. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for doing that. I really hope he likes it. Most people, I think, who watched the original Croc video didn't realise it was a real mod. That was me being a fool releasing on April Fool's Day. I thought it would work because it was a funny joke, you know? But I hadn't really actually considered the fact that on April Fool's Day, everyone releases or makes fake trailers for things. So the real April Fool was me. The real April Fool was the friends we made along the way. No, you guys aren't fools. Well, that's good, Daniel. I'm very glad to hear that. Hi, by the way. Hope you're having a lovely day. Thanks for dropping by. Toss a coin. This is great. I'm not even in the shot. Let me tilt the camera down again. Right. There you go. Go for it, Cthulhu. I'll do Croc interactions with anyone. It's nonsense. Twiddly, twiddly, twiddly. Twiddly, twiddly. Yazoo! Kasplat! Shazam! Twiddly, twiddly, twiddly. Twiddly, 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 twiddly. Whee! Oof! Daniel, I would don't tease me with the possibility of those. I would run from the exam halls on the day of my PhD submission. You know, I would walk out of meetings. I would drop literally everything in the world to make those happen. Don't play with my heartstrings. Oh. Ooh. Da, 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 da. Right, this is definitely going to be the last panel. We're going to put this one, and I'm going to put this one up, and then that'll be the end of the stream because I need to go and do other things because it's been an hour and a half. So I will put the rest of these up, probably by myself over the next few days. If I haven't managed to get them all up on the walls, I will do that on Thursday as well. But I think I'll do it, you know, like tomorrow and get it done. Right. Why would the Hiss know what Croc is? He's a crocodile. Not an Argonian. I don't know what you mean about understanding Croc, though. He's perfectly understandable. No? Do you guys not know what he's saying? Right. Let's try and get this right, people. This is going on the wall. I'm going to get it at the right height. With the spirit level on the top. We're going to get it done in one go. And it's going to be amazing. And it's not going to fall straight off the wall, okay? Right, where's the line I drew? I drew it there. That is the height we want it. Just there. So I'll just get it roughly like that. Hold it up with my knee. Get the spirit level on top. Get it right, just like that. We want to go a little bit to the right, whoopsie daisy, because we don't want it to be quite touching the light switch. So we're going to go like that. That's still sort of the right height. Now we're going to go. Come on, let's get it level. Yeah, that's what we want. That's right. Yes. Hi under there. Hey guys, welcome to my DIY stream. I know what I'm doing with all of this, but look, no echo. Toss a coin to your witcher. Okay, echoes a bit, but like, it's so much better than it was. It's going so well, Luna. It's going so well. I've got this. All 4 thingies peeled this time, yeah. Hi, Freddy! Hello! They came after me with masterful deceit. They broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth. While the devil's horns minced our tender meat, and so cried the witcher, he can be bleed. To be fair, by the way, when I did my recording in this room, just with duvets around, there was nothing on this wall. I completely left this wall to its own devices, so this can only be better than it was with the duvet. So there's me worrying about where precisely to put it on this wall. We don't even need this wall. Hi, Karibo! What a great name for a dog. Is it a dog? Yes, doggo. You said doggo. We love doggos. Oh, look at my bad posture. Straight back, Joseph. Thanks for subscribing, Kieran. Is it loud? Sorry, Daniel. Oh, to be fair, my voice is quite quiet at the moment because I'm not speaking directly into the microphone. That'll be why it's relatively loud. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, Ace, it was the words shut off. That's what got the auto mod there. Which are fine normally, it's just in certain contexts. Right. Oh, shut it. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay. Chug a mug of mead and another mug of mead. Chug another mug of mead till we fall down. Miraculous song, Matt. Yeah, the auto mod is more strict than it needs to be, but it makes my life easier, keeping it on maximum settings. Okay. That looks fabulous. Oh. I'm really pleased with that, actually. Testing, 1, 2, 3. That's got to improve the situation. And it looks like it's the same height as the other one. It might not be precisely, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, absolutely, Bray. Definitely better to have it stop slightly too much than letting too much through. Okay, I can... Oh, do you think it sounds better? Do you think there's an improvement? I'm not sure it's noticeable yet, but maybe it is. I'll play back the audio on this stream to see how it goes. Test. Do you know what? I think you're right, actually. Hello. If I face this way towards the panel, it's particularly good. Test. I need to put one up behind the screen still, and one on this wall, and maybe a couple of others sort of dotted around. It's nice though. Sorry, I was trying to point the camera back at me. Hello. Testing. Marvellous. Well, can you hear any echo? Well, I mean, I know you guys couldn't really hear the echo before, but it's quite nice. No, so Dragonfire, well, you won't notice the difference because what I did before was I draped duvets over the walls. So it'll sound the same because there was no echo. The difference is that it's much easier for me to do the recording now because I don't need to strip my bed and bring all the contents of my bedroom draped across all the walls here whenever I want to record. It'll mean I can just sit down and record. So this is a Focusrite Scarlett Studio Solo Pack. And this mic specifically is a CM25. It's a condensing mic. It's currently got a sponge cover over the top. If you want all the details, they're all in my YouTube video. If you nip onto my YouTube channel, you'll find I have a tutorial series, how to make a follower mod like Lucien Flavius. And one of the first videos goes through the hardware and software that I use. And I also talk about it in 2 other videos. There's my Nexus video and my Nexus interview, and there's my like recording dialogue video as well. So there's a bunch of those you can watch. What mic did I use to do? So I used both my main duvet and my spare duvet in order to get the sound right. So I actually used both because I needed to cover as much surface as possible. So I could have bought a third duvet for this purpose, but if I was going to buy something specifically for the sound, it made more sense to get the actual acoustic panels. So I meant to buy these for ages, and I was considering it because of the Patreon income. Thanks to you guys supporting, I was planning on buying these for myself, which I could only do because of the Patreon. But as it happens, my dad wanted to sort that out for me as my big 25 years birthday present kind of thing. So it's rather wonderful. In any case, I have them now, so we don't need the duvets anymore, so that's nice. Thank you so much for the follow, Singing NPCs and Dover Game. It's just random. Insomnicat Loki. It's just a random stack. So it's just a list of dialogue, each with the random flag, and it just randomly scrolls through. Thank you so much for subbing on Patreon, by the way, Kieran. It's really generous of you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And for subscribing. You are amazing. Okay. Right, I think that's probably a good place to end the stream. Oh, are you 25 as well? Virtual high five, Daniel. What? I hope you did it on the other end, otherwise that'll be mighty embarrassing. Don't leave me hanging, buddy. But yeah, go 25-year-old people. Okay. I'm going to put the rest of the panels up. Yeah, I'm going to get another panel behind there. We can get another one. I'm considering... what do you guys think? I could potentially... Oh, I can't. I thought I might... Oh, maybe I can. I can get one of those thin panels maybe on each of those doors? Possibly? If I go sort of behind the door? Or maybe I can't. I think the door handles might get in the way. Might be tricky. Don't know if I can. Probably not. I could have a panel on this door. One of these big ones on the inside of this door to muffle that. Because there is still some echo. I can hear it. There is still some. So I could have some along the door. And I can obviously have this big wall space here behind the piano. Where I can get, I think, 2 big panels covering that space behind there. Yeah, I keep this door open normally. Because it gets some air flowing. Otherwise I'm just shutting myself in a tiny cupboard. I wouldn't want to put a panel on the wall behind it. Because then I'd damage the panel anytime I opened the door. So the choice is either sort of door closed, in which case that has to have no panel, or door open when I'm recording, in which case panel on the inside of the door. Because I wouldn't want to bash it with the door every time I open the door. I can get another thin panel in that gap there, going down like that, which will look good. And then I can get, I think I can get a good spread of panels around here. And the great thing is, because it's on those removable sticky pads, when I move out of this flat, which I might have to do in 3 months' time, when I move out of this flat, I can take them with me to the new space, wherever I'm in. And I'll just have to buy some new sticky strips. But it should still be fine. Cool. Right. I am going to head off, I think. I can't start a raid from my PC here. I have to do that from the laptop. So we're not going to raid anyone. But we are going to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching, one and all. And voice acting and overheating come as a package deal. Yeah, sure. You can't have one without the other. Anyway, right. Yeah, so I'm going to head off there. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back on... Will I be back on Thursday? Let me just check my calendar. Hold on. I don't have anything scheduled in for Thursday, so I think I will be back on Thursday. I'll let you guys know if I'm not. I'll update the stream schedule below and everything. But I'm planning, therefore, on being here on Thursday. And if I've got the panels up by then, it'll be really fun to do some recording. We can do a big dialogue recording session. I've got a bunch of dialogue I want to record. We can record with the panels, and we can all marvel at how wonderful it sounds. And we'll all say, oh gosh, that's all lovely. When I've got these up, I'm going to do so much recording. Because it always put me off from recording before when I had to go through all the faff of dragging everything in here. It was so annoying. And it meant I didn't record as often as I would otherwise do. But if I can literally just sit down and record whenever I want with the panels up all the time, that will be amazing. Anyway, so yeah, so I will get more work done. Okay, right, we're going to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay marvellous. I'll see you Thursday. And thank you so much to everyone who subbed and donated and everything. You're all wonderful. Right, yes, good. See you soon, folks.